So let's try and make sense of these latest developments, because this is the only story that's absolutely viral across Pakistan. They just can't believe India saying no to the Champions Trophy in Pakistan, and especially after Dr. S. Shankar, India's External Affairs Minister's visit to Pakistan for the Shanghai Cooperation Organization meet, where he said, I will not talk bilateral, this is a multilateral visit. But Pakistan was hopeful. What gave them hope? Why is it that India is not going to Pakistan? There are many issues, and we have the finest voices on the issue joining us on this broadcast. Nikhil Naz joins me in the studio. He's our consultant editor sports. Also with me is Abdullah Hamid Gul. He's chairman of Tehreek-e-Jawan in Pakistan, someone who's a major fan of the sport and of has tracked India-Pakistan ties very closely. But Nikhil, to you first, why aren't we going to Pakistan?
Well, as we found out at the moment, the Indian government feels, and remember, the BCCI has to take permission from the Ministry of External Affairs before allowing its team to cross across the border. We've had various other teams in the past of other sports travel after they were greenlit by the MEA. This time, the kind of information that we're getting is that there is a threat to the Indian team. There is intelligence that they have, that they do not feel safe that the Indian team travels to Pakistan, after which the BCCI had no option but to comply by what the ministry had to say and have informed the ICC that, listen, we cannot allow our team to be traveling there because of the threat perception. We're happy to participate in the tournament so long as you have a hybrid model.
A hybrid model. Mr. Gul, why is Pakistan unwilling to even consider the hybrid model? In Asia Cup, the hybrid model was a win-win for all sides. And if the Pakistanis are not safe in Pakistan, if the Chinese are not safe in Pakistan, if the Pakistan army is not safe in Pakistan, why should India risk our players?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you very much for inviting me to your show. Well, in my opinion, it is not about all the bashing, because I think the same allegations which you have put on Pakistan, that the Pakistan army is not safe, or the people, citizens are not safe, or the Chinese or others, or, are not safe. I think the same is applicable on India too, because India is also suffering from all these, things right now. I can name in detail, but I think this is not the forum and this is not the topic. In my opinion, well, the hybrid model, why should, the model is set by ICC, and the ICC is supposed to be I think the final authority is going to be the ICC. So let the things to be discussed over there. But in my opinion, Pakistan has made up its mind that the Interior Minister, who is also the chairman of the board of cricket, so he has clearly said that no hybrid model is going to be acceptable by Pakistan. I think the safety and security of the Indian team or any team, I think this is the responsibility of Pakistan. Yes, I do say that sometimes the incidents do take place, and it takes place everywhere in the world. It is even Europe.
Pakistan,
there are things which
yes, there is. I completely agree with you. There is radical Islamist terror in Europe. There is radical Islamic terror that the world is facing. India is a victim of that same terror. But when we talk about Pakistan, it's often seen, and don't take India's word for it. Madeleine Albright had described Pakistan as the international epicenter of terror. But I don't want to go into history. I want to stay on the current issue. Recently, there was an attack in Pakistan, a terror attack in Pakistan, where Pakistan army soldiers were killed at a railway station. Chinese engineers were killed at an airport. Chinese engineers were killed in the Dasu Dam. So bad, Nikhil, is the situation that the Chinese have told the Pakistanis, you either pull up your socks or we will send our army to protect our people in Pakistan. And Pakistan's very upset about it. Now, Indian army cannot go and protect the Indian team in Pakistan, clearly.
Well, you're right, Gaurav, and I mean, there is no doubting, as Mr. Hamid said there as well, that it's the responsibility of the host nation to provide security, and I'm sure that Pakistan would want to do that once the Indian team travels, but it's the prerogative then of the country to decide on this, whether it's worth risking sending a team as high profile as the Indian cricket team. Let me give you a few examples. Many might quote that, listen, the Indian Davis Cup team went just a few months ago, which is also a national team, to Pakistan. Yes. The Indian Indian bridge team went a few months ago. The kabaddi team is being going on a regular basis. The blind cricket team went. I understand, but those are not that high-profile team. Which is to say that India does not want to, participate in any bilateral sort of sporting ties with Pakistan. That stand is pretty clear from the Indian side. However, when it comes to multinational tournaments, on that occasion, India has said yes, they have no option but to participate, but not at the cost of any sort of a security hazard when it comes to the team. And that's the differentiation that we have to make here, that other teams may have traveled, but they are not as high profile, and the threat perception isn't very high when you talk about them. The Indian players themselves have said, a couple of them have been quoted in Rohit Sharma, Suryakumar Yadav, saying that we're happy to do whatever, so long as we are told by the BCCI and our government, we'll do whatever they tell us.
Okay. Mr. Gul, I want to understand from you, one was the issue of a hybrid model that perhaps could have been a win-win for both. If Pakistan is adopting the stance that we will not play with India at all, but we will not accept a hybrid model, is Pakistan shooting itself in the foot, sir?
Well, I do not think so, because Pakistan is just following the international, standards, I believe. And like you have said, I will also not go into the details, but naturally I reserve the right to respond, because if you called about radical Islamization in the West, or, whether it is about the Indian citizens, so same is applicable, what you have witnessed in Qatar, where the 8 people were hanged. And
they were not hanged, sir. Permit me to give you facts.
They
were all sent back. They were all sent back to India. There were no charges against them. I'm only giving you facts, sir.
Guru Pant Singh, and then of course, Guru Pant Singh, and then of course, there are a number of incidents, and especially when Mr. Rajnath Singh clearly, after the Guardian story broke, he clearly said that yes, we are, we have killed people in Pakistan, targeted killing, and 12 of the people. And then of course, if you talk about the, people are not safe. Well, Australians were burnt in the churches of India a long time ago, and the Samjhota Express.
One case in which the accused were tried in a civil court of law. Hold on, Mr. Gul, permit me to state facts for you. In that case, the accused was convicted and sent to jail, a life in prison. No, Mr. Gul, no terrorism is permitted on this broadcast. No terrorism is permitted on this broadcast. I must give you facts, sir, because you're woefully short on facts. The thing is,
I'm also giving you the facts.
Pakistan is seen as global epicenter of terror, not India. The whole world wants to play with India, but that's not the case with Pakistan.
CIA,
accused are convicted in a court of law, are punished in India. But hold on, I want to bring in Nikhil once again. Sir, that is opposition propaganda in our country, but we will let India's opposition talk about RSS and not Pakistanis.